Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to present to you about my mini research. But before I explain more about my mini research, I'd like to introduce myself. First, my name is Alya Zahra and my student number is 0601138232873. And today I'd like to present to you about my mini research. The title is Exploring Students' Anxiety Towards Debate in Speaking Classes. Alright, so we go to the next slide. So in this part, there are 7 main contents of my mini research. The first part is about the problem. The second part is about the purpose. And the third part is about the methodology. And the fourth part is about the results of my mini research. And the fifth part is about the solutions of my mini research. And the sixth part is about documentation section. And the seventh part is the conclusion of my mini research. So we go to the problem. In this part, there are 5 kinds of a problem in my mini research. First part, many students experience speaking anxiety during debate activities. The second part is about the feelings of nervousness, fear of making mistakes, and confidence affect performance. The third part is about the debate sessions often make students feel pressure by audience attention and a fear of being judged. And lastly, or the fourth part, the students who have anxiety leads to mental blocks, shaking hands, or forgetting arguments while speaking. Alright, so we go to the next part is about the purpose. So in this part, there are the four purpose of my mini research. The first part is about to investigate student experience of anxiety during debates in the speaking classes, and the second part is about to identify the main causes of speaking anxiety, and the third part to understand how anxiety influences students' speaking performance, and the fourth part to explore students' coping strategies when facing a debate-related anxiety. And then we go to the methodology. In the methodology, there are 4 parts too. The first part is about the research design. The second part is about the participants. The third part is about the instruments. And the fourth part is about the data collection. So we go to the first one is about the research design. So in this research design, I use a qualitative descriptive study. The second part is about the participant. So in my mini research, there are 5 participants from 5 semester students of English Education Study Program, especially 5B in the Palembang class. So for the third part is about the instruments. So for the instruments, I use 2 kinds. The first one is about the Likert scale questionnaire and also in the interview. For your information, I use in the Likert scales questionnaire, I use multiple choices, and there are 5 options. First part is about the strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. So we go to the fourth part. It's about data collection. For the data collection, the first part I collect questionnaires answer by online, especially in a Google form. And the second part, I collect interview answer by online meeting, especially in a Zoom meeting. After we discuss about the methodology, so we go to the next part is about the result of my mini research. In this result, there are 2 kinds too. The first part is about the conclusions of a questionnaire answer, and the second part is about the conclusion of interview answer. So we go to the first part, like I said before, is about the conclusion of the question or answer. The first part is about a strongly agree in the highest part. So like there are 40% indicating that the level of anxiety and agreement with the statements is a very strong. So the second part is about the agree. There are 26% allows that many participants also agree that they experience anxiety or related factors. And the third part, students answer neutral. There are 22% suggest uncertainty or situational responses. Very some students are unsure whether the statement applies to them, and for part disagree. So in this part there are 12%. So indicates that only a small number of participants do not experience the described anxiety factors, and 5 parts. No respondents choose a strongly disagree, meaning none of the students completely reject the statement. And so for the overall, the majority of a response shows that students indeed experience peaking anxiety during debates, with generally high levels of agreements across the statement. So after we discuss about the conclusion in the questionnaire, we go to the next part. It's about the conclusion for interview. Conclusions of interviews answer. So in this part there are 4 parts. The first part is about the feelings during debate. So the students have a nervousness, panic, trembling, and a blank mind. So the second part is about the main causes. So in this part, there are 4 parts to the main causes. The first one is about the student fear of making grammatical mistakes. The second part is about the limited vocabulary and a low English proficiency. The third part is about the audience, a judgment from students and teachers. Fourth part, the student lack of preparation and unfamiliar topics. And for your information, in a B class, in the 5B class, have a different debates with our class or 5A class, because in the B class they send the motion, send the material before the debates begin, but in our class we use a British parliamentary, so we give the motion in that day. So for the easier one, in a 5B class, they just sharing their ideas or sharing their arguments. So we go to the third part, is about a physical reaction. In the physical reaction, the students shaking their hands, her breathing faster, and this third part, they have a sweating in their skins and biting her nails. So we go to the fourth part. In this part, there are 4 parts too. The first one, students need to deep breathing and self-encouragement. The second part, the student needs to practicing before a debate with their friends or their pets or their partner and so on. For the third part, the student needs to gaining experience through repeat participation. The fourth part, the student needs a support from classmates and teachers. After we discuss about the results of my mini research, we go to the next part, is about the solution. So in this part, in the solution, there are 5 solutions. First part, builds supportive classroom atmosphere, encourage and don't judge each other. And the second part is about the practice regularly. So the students need a practice regularly in front of the mirror, or a practice a talk with their friends, like a favorite movie or favorite book, and so on. And then they need to have a role plays. And the third part, the student need to focus on preparation, like understand the topic before debating. For the fourth part, the students need to enhance language skills, like the improve four skills in English. The first one, if you want to improve your listening, you need to listening music on Spotify or podcast in YouTube. The second part, if you want to improve your speaking skills, you need to practice regularly with your friends or practicing in front of the mirror. And the third part, if you want to improve your reading skills, you need to read a lot, like novels, comic, or article, or short stories, and so on. And of course, by using English. So for the third one, if you want to improve your writing skills, you need to write a dear diary or write an essay, and so on. So we go to the last solutions. You need to have a positive mindset. So like you accept your mistakes as a part of your learning. And then before the debate begin, you need to have a positive thinking, like I can do it. I can sharing my arguments to my friends, to my lecture, and so on. And after we discuss about the solution of my mini research, so we go to the documentation section. You can see that the picture, and then for your information, I collect this data via Zoom meeting. After part of documentation section, we go to the conclusion. In the conclusion, student speaking anxiety in debates mainly comes from fear of a mistake, low proficiency, and audience pressure. Despite this, students shows improvement as they gain more experience and support. After that, creating a positive, empathic, and practice-based environment helps reduce their anxiety. And for lastly, confidence grows through continuous practice, preparation, and encouragement. Alright, I think that's all for my presentation today. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next presentation. Bye bye.